I don't know.
Well,
it just makes me so mad.
The bureaucracy of it, because they're like, well, you just want a handout. And it's like, you have to understand, we spend, just when we go to war, it's like, oh, $8 million in pencils. Do we need that many pencils? No, we don't. And it's not $8 million in pencils. It's fucking $10,000 worth of pencils. And that lasts a long fucking time. But it's just like wasted fucking bureaucratic money and potential. And it's, we need a fucking...
And these old guys that don't want to be fucking taxed, I'm sorry, you make a shit ton of money. You should be taxed. You should be taxed appropriately. I think,
and you know what? My friend Eric said this a long time ago, just like a flat tax, flat percentage. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Flat percentage tax.
But but this is the thing. Because I don't agree with that either. Because you have families that make fucking $20,000 a year still. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Families literally live off of 20 grand.
Yeah.
How? I don't know. I used to live off of 25 grand. That's fucking awful. There was and I'm a person. I'm just me by myself. Mm-hmm. Like taking care of me. 25 grand did not cut it 6 years ago. And thank God, now I make 40. But still, if I get into that 50,000 mark right there, I don't have benefits to anything. I can't ask for anything until the following tax year when I've lost my job and my income has gone down. Then I'm allowed to apply for things. So I think that's my issue. Yeah. I think you can't tax everyone the same percentage because not everyone...
Well, the problem is when you get to these higher...
making the same.
Echelon of... because they're producing more, the Jeff Bezos of the world are like, well, yeah, but they provide a lot of jobs, so we have to give them a tax break. And it's like...
trash.
Yeah, no, you're missing the point. Like, if I'm paying 20%, he should pay 20%. Or
and
whatever.
Most of the people that he employs are still scraping by, living paycheck to paycheck. They're treated like numbers.
Yeah.
They're not treated like people. They're not even allowed to leave to vote because he has so many employees that he is allowed to say, you don't get time off to go vote. You don't need that.
Yeah. Well, how stupid is it that with fucking voting on Thursdays? And it's just so dumb.
Well, even those guys, though, they work 24/7. I mean, they run the clock constantly. So even if you had voting on Sundays, if you have people that work on Sundays, they're not going to be able to leave.
Yeah.
That's the issue, is that you're making all of these workhorses for minimum wage. And minimum wage is not across the board the same thing in every single state. And Jeff Bezos, you start your jobs at $15 an hour. Cool. Here's the thing. $15 an hour is the bare minimum. That's what people are saying is the bare minimum to live is $15 an hour. So you're not like some God-given fucking great person because you're offering your jobs at $15 an hour all across the United States.
Yeah. I do love the attitude that goes, what are you, insane? When you raise people's wages, everything else costs more, which is true. But we've inflated beyond, it doesn't meet up anymore.
The wages never raised to meet where we are now.
I always talk about this. It's the simplest thing. My dad mentioned it a long time ago. He goes, he would get on a framing job site and they go, all right, we're going to pay you $15 an hour, $19.85 or whatever.
Yeah.
And now you go on a framing job site and they'll go, okay, we'll start you off at $15 an hour. Gas was 60 cents back then.
Yeah.
Gas is $2 now. Milk was, under $1 back then. Milk is $3. It's like, so you have to match the inflation. And right now it doesn't match up. And the reason why it doesn't match up is because of corporations have been getting away with murder for years. Yeah.
And hedge funds also.
I mean, these motherfuckers aren't our friends.
Yeah.
And it's not, and I don't mean like individuals. As individuals, I'm sure they're good people. But when you get a group of people, just like those idiots that stormed the Capitol, they're probably decent people alone. But you get a bunch of fucking mutts together.
I don't believe that.
And they start, it's mob mentality.
It is mob mentality. Your doorbell?
Okay. So anyways. Mob mentality.
Yeah.
And I think that's just like...
No, those people are trash individually.
What, corporations?
No, the mob people.
Of Storm the Capitol?
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are schizophrenic, that's for sure.
I think all of them just kind of suck in general.
But you're grouping people in there. Grouping people in
there's
box.
business owners in there. There are people that were mayors of their little tiny fucking freak cities.
They thought that their Jesus Christ was getting crucified.
Could get away with something because their leader told them to go do it.
They thought that their God Almighty, or the person they follow, cult leader, got the election stolen from him because that's what he told him.
All I have to say
it makes people fucking cuckoo.
But here's the thing. If I were put in a mob mentality, if something happened where people started mobbing that were similar, like-minded, like I was, which they wouldn't because they're better than that, but I would walk away.
That'd be like if you saw, like, straight up, you're at a BLM protest and you're like, yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this for a good cause. You know, people need to be nice. Amanda's digging into candy.
It's sour. I just want the sour part. I'm just going to suck that off and then fucking put it back in its package.
That's disturbing. No, so you're at a Black Lives Matter protest, and then straight up, a guy in a KKK outfit comes and he's like, fuck y'all. And then they're just like, we're going to kill this motherfucker and start kicking. And if you get caught up in that, now you're an accomplice to murder. Even if this guy's an asshole.
Again, I would walk away.
Because you're smart. You're smart. But you get worked up in the moment and you're with your homies, you're with your peeps. And then it's like, no, fuck this KKK guy. We're going to kick him to death. Like, that's what's going down. I can't say that I wouldn't be one of those people. I'd be like, fuck it, let's throw a bottle. Let's go to the fucking Capitol.
But here's the thing. You know that one kid? What's his name? Kyle Rittenhouse?
Yeah.
Rittenhauser. Well, that motherfucker shot people.
That little bitch kid.
At a protest. No one kicked him in the head and fucking killed him. Mobsters. I mean, again, police didn't even get him. They just let him walk home.
Yeah. Well, yeah, what do you think is going to happen? You run through a BLM crowd with an AR and they start chasing you. I mean, it's like...
Yeah.
You were asking for it. You wanted to kill someone, and you did.
So, when they killed that police officer, or 3 police officers ended up dying, but the one that died on the scene.
Yeah, what happened to fucking Blue Lives Matter? You fucking assholes.
There's that video where they're just saying, fuck these pigs. So, it's only hilarious. Blue Lives Matter when it's...
fits their narrative.
Exactly. So, I never want to hear anyone talk shit on the Black Lives Matter movement. You can't. After that whole entire thing, they ruined that for anyone being able to talk any sort of amount of shit on Black Lives Matter. Because it was never about blue lives. It was never about any other fucking life. Yeah. We're talking about one minority being lesser than the rest.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that still a fucking thing? You know why? Because it's never been fixed. It's just, you keep putting Band-Aids on it. Band-Aid after Band-Aid. And now all the Band-Aids have been ripped off. And everything's in everyone's fucking view.
Yeah.
You can't deny that any of these issues are not actual real issues.
Yeah, racism's a real fucking thing.
Exactly. Like the things that I'm worried about.
And here's another thing. I'm going to fucking say it right now. We don't need white people telling us what racism is.
Yeah.
All right? I'm 100%. Sick of that shit.
100%.
As someone who has been a victim of racism.
Oh, and your whole victimizing story. I get it, Marty. I do.
You weren't there, you white privileged.
You have an easy life just as much as I do, okay? Here's the thing.
When I was a brown, chocolatey, long-haired child in preschool.
It was because you were fat that they picked on you. That's why they picked on me when I was younger, because I was fat.
I've had kids throw swings at me and call me the N-word, all right? I look different when I'm super fucking dark.
Sure.
And that shouldn't fucking matter because that's racist. But I'm just saying. Fucking Rachel Dolezal and fucking all these.
And not even high up like that. Just random little Instagrammers. It's not your moment.
And that's the most egotistical, bullshitty thing I've ever fucking saw is like white people making it about them. Like, no, I need to be better. I'm going to be better.
Or when they started being like, ask your black friends for help.
Here's what you can do. You want to make the world better?
Read a book on your own.
Shut the fuck up for a while. You've been talking for 300 years over black people. Shut the fuck up for a little bit.
It's true.
Maybe instead of just like posting like, I'm going to be better, I'm going to ask black people what to do. Don't ask because I'm always guilty. It's just like, just shut up.
It's true.
Shut up. Because I'm really sick of the narrative's always being controlled by white people.
It always is. Well, that's the thing. Like, the things I'm scared of as a white woman being pregnant.
Yeah.
The systemic racism that goes into a black woman being pregnant, exponentially. Way freakier.
Yeah.
Way scarier. Because she's not only up against money and finances, she's also up against a medical system that treats her differently. There's so many things that are treated differently because you're black, because the color of your skin. So 100%. I even said it yesterday. I've lived a very privileged life. I really have. There's stupid shit that I cry about all the time. And then it makes me cry to think about other people having it worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone's problems are real to them.
Exactly. And that's the thing. There's no problem that's less. That's not the issue. That's not what people are saying. But when it's more severe because your color of your skin, that needs to be looked at.
Yeah.
It should be across the board scary, equally. The same scare tactic should be in every single thing.
Yeah.
But it's not. They walked people down those Capitol stairs. They helped them to their cars.
Yeah. I know. That is, you have to admit.
Come on.
You gotta admit. If those were black kids, I mean, there'd be
rubber bullets flying fucking everywhere.
Rubber?
Yeah, there would be real bullets. But I mean, that's the thing. There wasn't even fucking rubber bullets being in, like.
Yeah, and fucking, what was it, 2 cops died?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
well,
crazy.
3. One, or a third one died of their injuries later.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
But one died on the scene.
And by the way,
just fucking crazy.
It's real fucking
This podcast sucks. I went into it with a lot of negativeness. Look, guys, I'm excited that I'm pregnant. I am. I'm very happy about it. Would I be happier if I had $20,000 extra dollars? Yes.
Wouldn't we all?
I think I would be a little bit more calm about it, and I wouldn't be as stressed. But it's really hard for me to look at the big picture and think I'm making this awesome child, because it's just, there's a lot of work that's going to be put into this. I'm going to have to pay for childcare for sure.
Well, talking about like things that are like depressing in our culture and the weather and shit, but we're
in a dark hole right now.
I'm very hopeful.
Are you? Because Marty and I have fallen into a dark hole.
No, because I talk to a lot of, when I do talk to people at work, the majority of people here are very conservative. Yeah. Some of them don't know they're racist. They are racist. But racism is like a spectrum of, it's not just like, they're all KKK. No, it's just like, there's people who are like, well, I'm not racist. I just get nervous around black people or whatever,
Yeah.
But,
one, also, if you're a person that says, I'm not racist, but...
You're probably racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Let's just start there.
I don't hate babies, but...
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Whatever the but is, makes you that thing.
Not a murderer, but... Although I think I've said that in a sentence, so...
No, but I've run into some QAnon people. I've run into, like, Reagan Republicans who don't like Trump. And then I've run into these, like, moderate Republicans. And one in particular I ran into recently who said all the things you would want to hear from if you're a Democrat and you talk to a Republican. Or if you're a reasonable Democrat, I should say. this guy was like, fuck Trump. That guy's an idiot asshole. And people have been following his bullshit for years. He was an idiot. He tweeted constantly.